Phase 2, the second album from the End Machine, was impressively strong. The follow-up, The Quantum Phase, is something special, though. Featuring an updated lineup, I felt I had to reach out to actor, singer, songwriter, guitarist, producer, and bass player, the fantastic Jeff Pilson. Welcome to Metal Talk, Jeff.
Oh, thank you. Good to be here.
Thank you. I mean, Silent Winter was a fantastic choice as a first single. And as an introduction to the new lineup, it really showcases the dramatic effect new singer Girish Pradhan has brought to the team.
Yes.
Did you realize early on in the recording sessions his addition was going to be special?
I realized the first time he sent back an idea for a song, I realized how special, because I knew his voice was great. I mean, we listened to several Girish and the Chronicles songs, and I knew his voice was great. I knew his writing was great, but you never know what the combination is going to be like and the chemistry is going to be like with the band. But as soon as he sent back the first idea, it was like, okay, this is a winner.
Wow, yeah.
This is going to be really great, really, really great. He gets it, we get it,
Yep.
and it just inspired us to keep writing greater stuff. And the chemistry of the songwriting process was fantastic. And that's it's all important.
Yep.
The songwriting chemistry is the all important element.
Yeah, I mean, he's very impressive. He has a really nice way of layering his vocals. I'm assuming you chucked plenty of backing vocals in there as well.
I did, but I left a lot of his because what he did was great, so if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, cool. No, that's cool. That's cool. I mean, I imagine he loved his opportunity of working with you on some production and things like this. Yeah, I mean, you're an experienced guy, aren't you? Did you mentor him through the process? Did you have the chance to help him develop?
I wouldn't call it mentoring because he's really great on his own as is. I mean, what we did was, George and I would comment on the stuff that he would send. And I worked with him on certain things. I mean, I would sometimes send a little model. I'd sing what I thought should be the idea, but very rarely. Most of the stuff he did was really great, just as is. Needed very little work. He's just a fantastic writer and singer. So, I mean, yeah, we did some guiding, but I mean, it wasn't like, I'm the experienced guy and he's the novice. It wasn't like that at all.
Fantastic. Cool, cool. I mean, you talk about George, yeah, you can see him swinging his Firebird in the video. I love the subtle changes in style he brings to his guitar on Silent Winter between the verse and the pre-chorus and the chorus, yeah, and that solo is awesome. I mean, George is really on fire on this entire album, isn't he?
He really, really is. I mean, he's better than ever in my mind. I mean, he's just playing so deeply from the heart and so powerfully. And we had a lot of really magical moments on this record that I'm really glad we captured. And I just think the chemistry is incredible. What more can I say?
No, I mean, the chemistry looked good in the video. Do you still enjoy digging out into the desert and making the videos?
Sure. I mean, it was a lot of fun. I mean, I was in a lot of pain, to be honest, because a week later I ended up having pretty intense back surgery. But barring that, yes, it was a great experience, a lot of fun, a lot of laughs. I mean, whenever George and I get together, there's a lot of laughs. Then throw Steve Brown in there, even more laughs. And Girish, he stands up on his own.
Yeah. You even got your little acting part when you were playing Dead in the Hut with No Roof on, yeah.
Oh yes, yeah, award-winning stuff.
I mean, let's talk about your bass on that particular song. Yeah, you've got the thundering, rumbling bass before the guitar solo. I mean, you've played with George over the years as a bass player. How great it is to play with George.
Well, I mean, I love it. I mean, it's home for me. The music that we come up with to put bass to it is very natural. And it's kind of cool too, because sometimes George will push me, try something more exciting, whatever. Like, yeah, cool. And he's pushed me into some great ideas. So I mean, it's just home. It's just so comfortable, and I love doing it. I mean, I really look forward to playing bass when we write these songs and I get to put the bass on. It's really fun for me. I'm grateful that I make a living doing things that I love. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, that's great. That's great. I mean, I like I said, I love the album. So if it's okay, you would talk through some of the tracks.
Sure.
I mean, the album opens with Black Hole Extinction, yeah. So you've got that 40-second eerie opening that builds the tension, yeah. And then
Yeah, yeah.
Grish comes in with that scream and bang you
Yeah.
into it, you know.
Hello.
Yeah. I mean, that's a great song. Yeah, it's a fabulous solo. You get your bass solo towards the end, you know. I mean, that's a really good introduction to the album.
Yeah. I love that's my favorite song on the record.
Okay.
And it was one that when we came up with the music, I kind of thought it was going to be more of a, further down in the record, like
Hmm.
deep, dark, obscure, heavy track. And then Girish came up with that chorus, which I just think is incredibly fantastic.
Yeah.
And it just kind of turned it into a song that had to be, either early or the opener. Because,
Hmm.
originally we were thinking Silent Winter as being the album opener, because Silent
Okay.
Winter on the record has an instrumental opening that
Yep.
was kind of geared to be the album opener. But once we had Black Hole Extinction finished, we thought this is the way to start the record. Something a little bit new, but also really, a strong, catchy chorus that I think is just great. So really excited about that track.
Yeah, no, that's cool. I mean, it's perfect in the first spot, yeah, because you've got lyrics like "This is the end, my friend," yeah, and
Yeah.
and it kind of rolls into the opening extended bit, about 1 minute 20 seconds of Silent Winter, then Bash, yeah. So it's not a concept album, yeah, but you've got these kind of bleak themes all the way across the
Yeah, and
album.
it kind of turned into a concept, and unintentionally there
Hmm.
is a theme behind the record. I wouldn't call it a concept record, but there's a theme.
Yeah, so I mean, is this who drove the lyrics behind the messages that you wanted to get across? Is it a team thing or?
Well, I mean, Girish wrote most of the lyrics, but yeah, we did talk about it, and we did kind of conceptualize what some of the songs would be about.
Mhm.
Um, I would say it primarily came from him and
Okay.
his lyric writing. And then I think we all kind of turned it into like, oh, well, there's a theme here. There's
Yeah.
something we're talking about, and we are called the End Machine for
Yeah.
God's
Yep. Yep.
sake.
Yep.
So
Yep.
we have to be bleak and dark,
Yep.
you know.
Oh, that's the problem in it. Yeah, bleak and darkness, and you just listen to the music. Oh, Jesus Christ, that's fantastic.
Yeah,
You got Killer of the Night too, so you've got the whoa whoa chorus line in
yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
You've got some cool bass licks in there. This would be a great song to hear live. I mean, any
Yeah.
chance? I mean, the landscape is difficult.
Yes, the landscape is difficult. The logistics are difficult. That's the difficult part about a band like this playing live. Girish lives in India. I mean, there's
Hmm.
there's a lot of logistics. But having said that, and knowing that this year, I don't think playing live is a possibility for M Machine. Um, but having said that, this is going to be my last year of full on 9 months of the year on the road with Foreigner. This is our last year of that.
Hmm.
And this is the last year of George doing long tours with the Lynch Mob. He's doing his farewell ride tour. So we'll see. Maybe in 2025, our schedules will open up a little bit. Again, the logistics are very, very difficult, so I
Hmm.
couldn't ever promise anything. But
No,
I can assure you that we would love to do it because we
cool.
know how great it would be live if we did.
That's more than enough for me. Hell or High Water. I mean, that's an awesome song as well. Yeah, the
Oh yeah,
way the way you've got that, the way the guitars are mixed in both ears, and the
yeah, yeah,
screams are in both ears. Yeah, and it's kind of a cool fuzzy guitar sound to it.
yeah,
I mean
yeah.
that sounds like one you personally really enjoyed playing. It's got a great bass. It's got
Oh
more up
yeah,
tempo. Yeah.
yeah. It was a lot of fun putting the bass track on that for sure. Yeah, I think it just turned out to be a really fun, cool song.
I mean, we can't go through all of them, yeah, but I mean, you got Stand Up with, yeah, what's going on with the world today. Yeah, great riffs, some great vocal harmonies. Burning Man, it's a slower. This is a classic. I really love this song. This would be an interesting single.
Yeah, and Serafino from Frontiers happens to love that song a lot too. So I think we're
Okay.
gonna do some kind of a interesting single with that. Yes.
And there's I was trying to listen to the lyrics, yeah. There's almost like a balance in the line, yeah. So he sings like so long since I saw the face of an angel, and then the next part is something a bit more kind of miserable and yeah, well, we're all
Yeah.
screwed, yeah. So
Yeah.
that's really good. I mean, and Time, yeah, that's from Time. Yeah, I'm talking about now. Sorry, that's a really cool song with a stomping
Yes.
bass. I love that vocal melody. Yeah, and your bass over the solo is really good. That had me
Thank you.
grooving. Yeah, even though it's that
Yeah. Yeah.
dystopian theme. Like,
Yeah. That's one of our favorites too. I love that song. I love how that came out, and the big dramatic long ending, and yeah, George playing on fire.
Oh, it's
And yeah, I
amazing.
mean, what a catchy chorus. I mean,
Yeah,
that was Girish. I
yeah.
gotta credit him for that.
I mean, writing and recording a song like that, yeah, you kind of get through it. I imagine you getting like 2/3 of the way through it, yeah. Then you throw in the extended bit, then you throw in the extended fade out, yeah. And even across the album in terms of song lengths, yeah, we're talking. It's like it's 5 minutes. You don't care, do you? 5 minutes. That's how long the song is. That you must have great support from Frontiers from that aspect.
Sure. I mean, yeah, because I mean, this, we're not going to get on AM radio.
Mhm.
So, yeah, I mean, it's about the music and the songs. And yeah, Frontiers have been incredibly supportive. And I know they're really excited about this record, as are we. So, yeah, I mean, I feel like musically we could do anything we set out to do, and that's a great
Mhm.
feeling.
It's amazing, amazing. I mean, the album finishes up with kind of a pairing, doesn't it? So you got the stranger in the mirror, and then it goes into the blazing sun, yeah, which is that's a really good ending. I was listening to the lyrics, yeah, and I was trying to work out if that's kind of a positive end message at the end, or whether it's just like, nah, you're all fucked. Yeah.
Well, no, we're actually trying to, there is trying to be some positivity in
Hmm.
there. I mean, with a definite message of if we don't, we're
Yep.
fucked.
Yep.
But yeah, I mean, there are little things throughout the record that kind of point to a positive direction, and again, it's to be taken as a whole. And on the whole, the message is, um, let's try and get it together, or we're fucked.
It's a really cool album. I really love it, and to me, the way it's presented, it's a sort of the old classic style album where you want to sit down with it and listen to the first track, go right the way through to the end. Yeah, it's like a proper album, isn't it? Do
Hope
do you
so.
think the album is still important these days?
I think it is with this audience. I think, our the people that buy our stuff listen to the whole thing. They don't just listen to the single. There's a lot of people that'll only hear the single because they'll see
Hmm.
it on Facebook or whatever. But the people that buy the record definitely listen to the whole record. So for us, the album is very important. Um, and just as an artist, if I'm going to make a record, I want to make it a whole
Hmm.
record, a very complete. I don't want to let anything go and have a bunch of filler in there and just
Hmm.
concentrate on one or two songs. Um, so for me, the album's important. I think for our audience, it's important. So I'm not gonna let up anytime soon.
So just go off topic slightly for a couple, if that's all right. I mean, if we talk about streaming or something like that, I mean, given your result as your role as a musician and a producer, they back in the day they said they thought Napster was going to kill music, but it's streaming that's kind of killed album sales. Would you agree? Is that where you kind of are, or?
Yeah. And streaming is killing the revenue for artists
Hmm.
because streaming revenue is so poor. And so my feeling is, musicians need to do what the actors and writers in Hollywood recently did. We need to
Hmm.
figure out, we need to negotiate a better streaming revenue for artists, or else it's gonna kill music. It will. There's almost no question about it, because you also have AI coming in,
Yep.
able to write complete songs now.
Hmm.
So there's going to be a lot of composers put out of work by
Hmm.
AI. So between AI and the revenue stream, from streaming music, uh, we're in danger.
Hmm.
And I feel like we need to renegotiate that, and I feel it's very important. And if it doesn't get done, then it's black hole extinction.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. There was an AI metal album released not so long ago. We did review it and we said it was crap, and
Yeah.
it was. But if you wouldn't mind, yeah, we just talk about your time with Dio on the Strange Highways album. You co-wrote some songs on that too. I mean,
Yeah.
when that album came out, I absolutely loved that album. I mean, it was came out in '93. It was a real horrible time for heavy metal with the
Yeah.
Seattle sound, But I mean,
Right.
you co-wrote things like Jesus, Mary, and the Holy Ghost. Do you have fond memories of that time and fond memories of working with Ronnie?
Oh my God. That was a magical period. And yeah, it was a real unfortunate time for that record to come out. It
Mm.
would and I think over the years it's been more appreciated. You know, I've done interviews in recent years about that record because I think a lot of people did kind of not pay attention to it at the time, and if
Mhm.
it's come to their attention since. Because I've got to say the writing sessions for that were so magical. It was you know, I'll never forget you know, the day that Ronnie and Vinny showed up at my house, and they came to the door and they said, "Hey, you know what? Jimmy hasn't shown for the last 3 days. We got to do something. We got to find another bass player. Do you know anybody that would want to play with us?" And at the time, I had been writing with Don, and we had written most of what ended up becoming the Dysfunctional album a year later. But you know, Ronnie and Vinny were there, and I said, "Well, yeah, I'd love to do it." I said, "Problem is, my sprinklers aren't working, and I got to try and figure this out." And Vinny Appice is one of the most handy guys you'll ever meet in your life. And Ronnie happened to be pretty handy too. So the two of them said, "Ah, no problem. We'll fix it." So Ronnie and Vinny actually went out and fixed my sprinklers, got them going. And they said, "Cool." I said, "Yes." So I literally grabbed a bass, walked out the door, followed them to the rehearsal place, and we started writing. And the rehearsal place was only 5 minutes from my house. Um, we all lived kind of close to each other. It was a magical time. We'd go out to dinner afterwards. It was so much fun. And we were we were just, I mean, Tracy and Ronnie and and Vinny and I would jam. Ronnie would sit there and record it and then take it home and try and write to it. It was just magic. It was absolute magic. We had a great time doing it. And the recording was really smooth, very, very quick recording. It was, to me, my memories of Strange Highways are some of my best ever.
I thought Tracy was and still do is a really good guitarist as well. You know,
Oh,
when
he's
you
fabulous.
listen to some of the stuff that he has on sort of Facebook and things like that and YouTube, you know, over the years,
Yeah.
you know, when he's been sat there, it's I mean, he's almost got like a kind. There's almost like a unique style to him, actually.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Dio fans, a lot of Dio fans didn't take to it at the
Hmm.
time. They thought it was too different.
Hmm.
Um, I know we loved it. You know, Ronnie and Vinny and I loved what he was doing, and it felt so fresh and creative. And I still think he's tremendously underrated. Um, Fantastic guitar player, great human being. And it was, again, for us, it was a magical time. And I know we all felt it. I know you could, you know, you can feel it in the room when everyone's really
Yeah,
dialed in.
yeah,
And boy, when that band played live, that was power.
yeah. Oh
That
yeah,
was the most
yeah.
powerful band I've ever been in. That was just, you know, singing with Ronnie. You know, we'd do the end of We Rock. And we'd look at each other, and you know, man, it was so. Oh, I'm getting goosebumps thinking about it. Such
I mean,
wonderful.
there's a couple of you know, there's a couple of little things on YouTube, yeah, that people filmed or bootlegged back in the day that looks quite good. I
Well,
mean,
there's a performance from Hammersmith Odeon from '93 that
wow.
has been released not that long ago that captures the band at that period. And when I watched it, I was kind of blown away. I'd forgotten how powerful we were.
Mm.
It's a great, great video. If you can see that, watch it.
Oh, we'll
That's
dig
it.
that out. We'll dig that out. We'll dig that out. You've been very busy lately. You've got new Revolution Saints album Against the Wind
Yeah.
out 9th of February. That's a power trio. Have you jammed live with these guys?
No, we've never played live. Only through the recording and when we do video, you know, you're doing playback. So no, but uh we're talking about for the next record, um getting in a room and jamming out some
Wow.
stuff,
Okay.
which
Yeah.
I think would be so much fun. I hope that can happen. I mean, logistically, it's always difficult, you know, when you got guys from out of town and all that kind of
Hmm.
stuff. And the technology to record mobily now is getting really good. So it's kind of hard to logistically get together, but I hope it happens because how great would that be?
That would be cool. That would be cool. I might come over and watch that. We'll be covering that album as well soon, so keep an eye out. The Quantum Phase by the End Machine is out on the 8th of March. It's a really, really great album of proper hard rock played by top class hard rock musicians. I love it. Jeff, thank you so much. Any message for the fans?
Just thank you. Thank you for all the years of being so cool and supportive and allowing us to do what we do because I don't take it for granted and I'm just really grateful to be where I'm at and the fans are a lot of the reason for that. So thank you.
Fantastic. Jeff Pilson, thank you so much, sir.
My
Good luck with the
pleasure.
record.
Well, thank you, sir, and we will talk soon.